So are you all able to see my screen? Yes. So when my voice broke, just let me know. How is my voice? Is it clear, or you are hearing some noise? Shall I proceed now? Yes. Okay. So we are going to see the elaborate of the 4 phases of strategic management. So what are the phases of strategic management? That day I told you, there are 3 phases we have seen in detail for HRM. Somebody unmute and talk, or you can post a comment here. What are the 3 phases that we see for the strategic management? Sorry, human resource management example. We have taken human resource management as a functional strategy, and we have seen those 3 phases. What was that? Have you all forgot? I will say the first step, strategy formulation. What is the next phase? Anita, very good. Strategy formulation, implementation, and evaluation. Kanimuri, good. The next phase is implementation. Okay. So let me go. So this is the strategic management definition provided by Alfred Chandler. Okay, he defined the strategy as it is a determination of long-term goals and objectives of an enterprise. Enterprise is an organization or firm, and the adoption of course of action and allocation of resources necessary for carrying out these goals. Exactly like strategy formulation or establishment of strategic intent. So first you will identify your goals and objectives, then you will implement by adopting the action. So implementation comes with action by allocating the resources so that you will achieve the goals. So Alfred Chandler defined the strategy as this. Okay, it is defined as the dynamic process. What is static process? What is dynamic process? So what is static and what is dynamic? If you don't know, post no. Otherwise, I will wait for someone to comment. Okay. Static is, as the name says, it is stat. That is, there is no change in the process. So whatever we started from, at the end also it will be the same. There is no change in the process. Is called static. Dynamic is there will be change in the underground process. Like there will be change in the middle of the process. That is dynamic. It is changing. It is evolving. Okay. That is dynamic process. So strategy is a dynamic process. It might change. The goals, like let's say the goal is goal or Sharmila. Static means unchangeable. Dynamic is changeable. Good. So it is defined as the dynamic process. So strategic management or strategy is the dynamic process of formulation, implementation, evaluation, and control of strategies to realize the organization intent. These are the 4 phases in strategic management process. First, you will establish the strategic intent. Intent means what you have intention. So what is, why are you staying in the business? That is strategic intent. Establishment of strategic intent, formulation of strategies, implementation of strategies. Then you will evaluate the strategy. In all the process, in all the 4 process, you will do strategic control. Someone is joining. Okay, strategic control comes in all the phases. Okay, in establishment of strategic intent also you have strategic control. Formulation of strategies also you have strategic control. In all the process there will be control, so that it is in correct way. It is goes as per the direction. The 4 phases. First one is the strategic intent. Within this, there are vision, mission, business definition, and objectives. The aim of strategic management is to help the organization realize its strategic intent. So, under strategic intent phase or process, you will determine what is your vision, mission, business definition, and objectives. The second phase is formulation of strategies. With it is like you are devising a new strategy or few other strategies. This is called as strategic planning. This is an analytical phase in which strategies managers who are responsible for strategic management think, analyze, and plan strategies. So you analytical means you will think in a different possible way. You will do mathematical calculations and all that, so that you will devise strategies or you plan strategies. Next, third phase is implementation, which is putting into action phase. Here the action comes under by identifying the resources and putting resources in places so that you will achieve your goals or strategies devised. Is Jennifer joined? It's 10:15, ma. Jennifer and who else is joining these now? Gopika, Jennifer, it's 10:15. You have to join by 10 or before 10, okay? The fourth and the last phase of evaluation and control involves assessing how appropriately the strategies were formulated and how effectively they are being implemented. So that after you are implementing the course of action to achieve your strategies, you will do evaluation and control so that how exactly your implementation goes on, so that you have you achieved your goals or strategies which is being formulated before. Depending upon the outcome of assessment, actions could be taken ranging from fine-tuning implementation to a drastic reformulation of strategies, so that you will do fine-tuning implementations. Okay, in implementation, you have made these changes and I have to change the process, or I have to change my strategies because the strategy formulated couldn't be achieved. So you will see and all these under evaluation and control, whether we could achieve our strategies which has been planned, or if we couldn't achieve, you'll see what are the actions we missed out, so that these actions will be taken next, or you will change the whole strategies itself. So because the strategy couldn't be achieved. These 4 phases are considered to be sequentially linked to each other, and each successive phase provides feedback to the previous phase. So it is in line. The first phase is establishment of strategic intent. Then the next phase starts with strategy formulation. Next one, implementation. Next is evaluation. So these are all sequentially linked. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And once the strategic intent phase is over, no, the next phase will provide feedback for it. Next, benefits of strategic management. One second. Here you'll see in detail of strategic intent. We've seen the strategic intent make clear what the organization stands for. So strategic intent lays the foundation for strategic management of any organization. In this hierarchy, the vision, mission, business definition, business model, and objectives are established. The mission relates to the organization, to the society. So, what good are we going to do to the society? That comes under your mission statement. Vision is like future, serves the purpose of stating what wishes to achieve in the long run. So, business definition explains the business of the organization in terms of customer needs, customer groups, and alternative technology. So the business definition will say that this is the customer needs that I wanted to satisfy. These are all my customer group and alternative technologies what the business is going to adapt. The business model clarifies how the organization creates revenue. So there will be a business model where you will know at the end, you will determine how they are creating revenue. They are achieving, how the customer, these are the customer groups, these are my customers, and from all that you will, they will tell that how they will creating revenue. Next, environmental and organization appraisal. These are all four phases of strategic management. Okay, I'm going with in detail. It deals with identifying the opportunities and threats operating in the environment. So, opportunities and threats in the external environment or internal environment. I've asked you a question. Opportunities and threats, is it internal environment or found in the external environment? External, very good. What has been found in the internal environment or within you? Okay, Lokesh, Kanimuri, Arokyaraj, all said correct. It is external environment. Anita, okay, I have asked you a new question. What you found in the internal environment? Sanjay, very good. When threats and opportunities in the external environment, what is there in the internal environment? Strength and weakness. Very good, Arakiraj. So it deals with identifying the opportunities and threats operating in the environment and the strength and weakness of the organization in order to create a match between them in such a manner that opportunities could be availed and the impact of threats neutralized, and to capitalize on the organization's strength and minimize the weakness. As I always tell, they will use the organization's strength to achieve the competitive advantage or strategic advantage, and they'll try to minimize their weakness within the environment. Then no opportunities and threats are availed in the external environment. They'll say that they want to capture those opportunities which has been availed, and the impact of the threats on the environment or on the business. So let's say this COVID-19 is an impact. So the impact of is a threat. Okay, impact of that threat COVID-19 should be neutralized of the business so that I'll continue and survive in the long run. So after you devised your strategic intent, they will do environmental appraisal and organization appraisal. In terms of environmental appraisal, they will identify the opportunities and threats. In terms of organization appraisal, they'll just clarify their they'll found their organization strength and weakness. Then they will devise formulating strategies. Then it takes place at the 4 levels: corporate strategy, business strategy, functional and operational level strategies. Operation level strategies, under functional level. Functional level, what comes under the functional level strategies? Strategies. Marketing, production, finance, human resources. Very good, Araviraj. So these are all comes under the functional level strategies. Under marketing, you will have operational level strategies. Under marketing, you will have operation strategy. Under production, you will have operation strategies. Let's take production. Okay, production is the functional level strategies. Under production, you will have that resources. So first, you will bring out all the resources. Then what you will do, producing, you're converting the raw materials into finished products. So that is a second step. Third step would be you're sending out all the output, that is goods, to distribution. Correct. So first, you will gain all the raw materials. These are the operations carried out under production. So each stages, you'll have operational level strategies. So these are the 4 level of strategies. Very good, Anita, Sumitra. Illeverason, existing resources. Okay. Among these 3 levels, the major ones are the corporate and business level strategies. The corporate level strategies relates to the strategic decisions regarding the management of a portfolio of business. Business level strategies aim at developing a competitive advantage in individual business that the company has in portfolio. What is portfolio? Okay. Portfolio is a mix of different things. That is portfolio. Okay. Have you all understood portfolio? Yes. So under corporate strategy, that is under corporates, you'll have different business units. That is portfolio. So under corporate portfolio, you'll have different business units. Corporate level strategies relates to the strategic decisions regarding the management of portfolio of business. So how they are going to managing the different portfolio of business units, that comes under corporate level strategies. Under each business unit, they'll try to achieve competitive advantage. That comes under business level strategies. So these are all comes under formulating strategies. So you will formulate corporate level strategy, you will formulate business level strategies, you will formulate functional level strategies according to the business level strategies devised. and you'll devise operation level strategies. This comes under formulation strategy. Next, strategic alternatives and choice. So you have formed strategies. If that didn't work out, what you will do? You will go for other choices. You will go for other alternatives so that you will see that whether that works or not. So these strategic alternatives are required for evolving the alternative strategies out of many possible options and choosing the most appropriate strategy or strategies in the light of environmental opportunities and threats and corporate weakness and strength. So you evaluate what are the alternative choices based on your threats and opportunities and corporate strength and weakness. Strategies are chosen and corporate and business chosen at corporate and business level. The process used for choosing strategies involves strategic analysis and choice. So, you will formulate different strategies. Let's say you come out with 5 or 6 strategic alternatives or alternatives or choices. Then you have to choose only 1 or 2 strategies, right? You cannot implement all the strategies. Am I right? Grouping of financial assets such as stock, bonds, commodities. Yes, portfolio in terms of financial terms, it is called as you have different assets in one portfolio. It is right in terms of finance. So I'm just gave the general meaning of portfolio. It is a mix of different things. Okay, thank you, Sharmila. Let's say at a business level, can you implement 2 or more strategies? Is it good to start with 1 strategy or 2 or more strategies? You will go with 1 strategies, okay, so that it is being implemented and evaluated. So, for choosing 1 strategies, you will do strategic analysis. Like each strategy, you will analyze what is the advantage and disadvantages. Then you will choose based on the advantage, more advantage and less disadvantage. You will choose that strategy and then you will implement it. Next, implement is to put into action. Project implementation, procedure implementation. Project is like setting up of the project in an organization. Procedure is different aspects of regulatory framework. You will have a regulatory framework so that you will devise that framework. Okay, after this is the, done after this. So all that will be devised so that in which an organization have to operate. Next, resource allocation. After procedural framework has been done, you will identify where you have to procure. Procure is where you have to get the resources for implementation. Then structural implementation. You will design of the organization structure. Okay, like hierarchy of employees in an employee based organization. That is structural implementation. Then behavioral implementation. You will consider the leadership styles for implementing strategies and corporate culture. What culture? If you see some Western companies, the corporate culture is westernized. It is not like very Indian culture or Western culture is being formed, is being followed. Corporate politics, business ethics, and social responsibility. So tomorrow you have to come and say me what is business ethics, what is ethics, and what is business ethics, and what is morale. This is for tomorrow's work. And behavioral implementation, whether the ethics and social responsibility is being followed or not. What is our ethics? What is our social responsibility? Functional implementation, it relates to the policies to be formulated in different functional areas. So in marketing, what are the policies to be followed? In finance, what are the policies to be followed? These are all comes under implementation. Next, strategy evaluation, where you will measure organization performance. So the feedback of strategic evaluation is meant to exercise strategic control over the strategic management. After the strategy evaluation is being done, the strategic control comes into process. Like whether you have to change the strategies or you have to change the course of action in implementation. and the strategies will be reformulated if necessary. Are you all clear with the 4 phases of strategic management? We have come to the end of the session. Next class will see the benefits of strategic management process. Good.